Are you separated from your wife probably for a few weeks, months, or for a year? And now you want to meet your wife after separation. If you are in this particular place, then in this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 don'ts and the 5 do's you got to follow when you meet your wife after separation. Hi, Coach Val here, and I help men to create the marriage of their dreams. And let us now look at the 3 do's and the 3 don'ts. Rather, the 3 don'ts first, and then we'll look at the 5 do's to follow when you meet your wife. The first do, let's open this mind map and let us look at it. The first don't is when you meet your wife, don't get into the begging mode. In other words, don't beg her to come back. One of the most common mistakes that I've seen men doing when they meet their wife is they say to their wife something like this: "Aa jao na, forget about whatever happened. Let's have a great marriage. Try to understand me. I really miss you. I cannot live without you." Now, when you say this, it is nothing about her. Though you're saying, "I miss you, I love you," it is all about you. In other words, you want her to come back. You want her to come back for your own sake, not for her sake. So the first thing you shouldn't do is beg her to come back, because it will tell her that it is your need which is making you to come to meet her and get her back. It is not what you want her. It is not her happiness that matters to you. It is your happiness that matters. The second thing, let's go back to the mind map. The second thing is convince her about why you should come together. Now, this is the biggest mistake that I've seen so many men making in their relationship. So they tell their wife something like, "Why don't you understand? We got 2 children. They are very young. Think about their future. What will happen to them? Think about the society. Think about your parents. People must be talking about you with them. They got 2 younger daughters, and what will happen to them?" Now, what you're doing is you're trying to convince her. And convincing, you must have heard me speaking about it in so many videos, never works. That is the worst thing you can do. And when you convince, what happens to her is she obviously has not left you to come back. So it is not like telling her that, because she just at the spur of the moment she decided to leave you. No. And when a woman leaves, at least in the Indian context, she has thought enough before she has made that decision. She has tried enough, according to her, before she has made that decision. So you convincing her will not change anything, except it will make her be so much certain about her decision. So the second mistake, or the second thing you shouldn't do when you meet her after separation, is try to convince her. And the third thing that you shouldn't do when you meet her after separation is ask for forgiveness. Now you might wonder, why not? Why not ask for forgiveness? Because asking forgiveness is such an important thing. But you talk to anybody who has asked for forgiveness after separation, they will tell you that I in fact fell on my wife's feet. I said I'm going to fall on my in-laws' feet and I'm going to say sorry for all that I've done. Now, why it doesn't work? Because when you do that, not with the intention of actually saying sorry, but with the intention of trying to get her back, they can pick it up. They can sense it. And that sorry is not a sorry. It is your way of being defensive. I've heard so many men saying that I said sorry, I said even sorry to her, but she's so rude and stone-hearted that she doesn't want to forgive me. The truth is, you said sorry not because you are sorry about it, because it was about your agenda. Now, I want you to introspect and write in the comment section whether it is true in your case. Now, before we continue, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead, subscribe to this channel. There's a bell icon, click on that bell icon so that every time I put up a new video, you get notified. And if you're liking this video so far, click on that like button. Now, let us move to the next one. The next one is, what are the don'ts? Sorry, what are the do's that you got to follow? The first do is, there are 5 of them. The first one is prepare yourself. Before you go there, before you meet her, prepare yourself. And when I say prepare yourself, what I mean by that is look inward. Look into yourself and understand, why did she leave me? Most men are under the impression that she left me because of something outside of me. I just finished a session for our inner circle called Mission Tuesdays, where we looked at the world from our wife's perspective and understand what is the pain that she has gone through. And most of the men told me that it was a very powerful experience. They never ever thought how this can happen, how much they could hurt their spouse, which they never realized before. And if you want to be part of this amazing community, it's called Awesome Husbands Hub. It is a community of exclusively for men who want to have great marriage. Then I invite you to attend a free masterclass. It is a free live masterclass that I do every week. All that you have to do is go to coachval.co. You can see the link in the description, link out here. I'm going to put the link in the description as well as in the comment section. Please go there, click on that link and sign up for this masterclass. It's a free masterclass, 90 minutes. I'm going to teach you live on how to bring back love. And if you want to be part of a community of awesome husbands where I can guide you week after week on getting your love back, then I want you to join that community. Now, with that, let's come back. So you got to introspect. You got to look inward and understand, why did she leave me? What is that about me? What is it that I didn't understand about her? Her feelings, her struggles, her pain. You got to understand that. So the first do is introspect. Look at yourself. In other words, prepare yourself. The second do is, when you meet her, listen. Listen. Now, as soon as I use the word listen, we get very scared. You might get very scared because the word listen is associated with the word obey. So when somebody says to us, listen, we think that we got to obey, because that's how our brain has been trained. So when we were growing up, who's the first person who said listen to us? Our mother. She said listen. And when she said listen, she did not mean you just listen. She meant do what I say. We grew up, we went to school. Who's the next person who said listen? Our teacher. Listen, students. It meant that we needed to do something she wanted us to do or he wanted us to do. Went to college, we had friends, they said listen. The same thing. So now when I say listen, you think that you got to obey to whatever your wife is saying, agree to whatever your wife is saying. I don't mean that. It means that just understand her pain. In simple words, listen to her emotions more than the words. If you're going to meet her after separation, she would be angry. She would shout at you. She might scream at you. She might not talk to you. She might not even come outside and meet you. When that happens, it is very important to listen. Listen to her pain and understand the things from her perspective. Because when you understand things from her perspective, your behavior will be totally different. What I generally talk about, you will have the behavior of a master husband. And there is a law called, all of us know this law, the third law of Newton. It is into play in relationships. So when you demonstrate the behaviors of a master husband, with time, your wife will also demonstrate the behaviors of a master wife. And that's how you bring about the change. So coming back to the point, listen to her pain, listen to her struggles. The third do is understand her pain. This is the most difficult thing to do. When we are going through a power struggle stage, and if you want to know more about power struggle stage, then again, I invite you to attend the free live masterclass link. As you know, you can see it out here. I'll share it in the description as well as in the comment section. So understand her pain, because when we go through power struggle stage, our brain just blocks all the other sides, and it only wants us to listen to our side of the story. So when you start understanding a pain, you're going to be a totally different person. You're not going to be defensive, shout, scream. You're going to listen, you're going to understand, you're going to introspect, you're going to empathize. And that will make her realize that you have changed. And because you change, every action has equal and opposite reaction. She'll also start changing. It will not happen automatically. It might not happen in one meet, but it is going to happen. It is a process. The next thing is, after understanding the pain, the next thing to remember is, when you do these three things, prepare yourself, listen to her, understand her pain, what's going to happen is she's going to feel calm. She's going to feel relaxed. That's what happens to the brain. Right now, your wife's brain is going through a primal panic. It is a panic that the brain feels when we are separated from our dear ones. Now, you might say to me, I'm not the one who is separated from her. She's the one. But she's separated from you because she felt emotionally disconnected from you. So when you start listening, when you start understanding her pain, what you're going to do is you're going to let her brain know that you are there for her. You are there for her. And when you do that, her brain is going to calm down. So that's the next point. And the final point, the fifth point, is make her feel good about herself. And how do you make her feel? And don't put up a mask. That's a very important thing. When I say, do these things, you might be thinking that you have to put up a mask. Don't put up a mask. Be genuinely honest. As she shares her pain, her struggles, compliment her for doing that. Appreciate her for all that she has done for you, and which is true. She would have done lots for you. For if you have children, then for the children, she had been a wonderful wife. Of course, she has the other side that everybody has. But what I invite you to do is compliment her, make her feel good about herself. And when you do these things, you might not see the change immediately, but with every connection, with every time you meet her like this, you'll realize, you will notice that there is a slow shift in her. Initially, what I've heard it from our awesome husbands, from our members of our community, is that initially she is shouting and screaming and saying that I will never allow you to meet your kids, meet our kids, and you're never allowed to meet me, and I don't want to see your face. The next time when she meets, she's a little more calm. The next time when she meets, she's a little more calm. The next time when she meets, she is a little more calm. The next time when she meets, she's much more relaxed. And that's how you bring about the connection. That's how you bring about the change. The point that I want you to remember is that your first marriage can be an arranged marriage. That is before the power struggle stage. But your second marriage, that is after the power struggle stage, has to be a love marriage. And the love marriage doesn't happen with just meeting somebody once and saying, chalo yaar, shaadi karte hain. It doesn't happen that way. You consistently meet that person, build that connection, and with time, you come so close that one of you say, chalo shaadi karte hain. And that's exactly what I would like to see happening in your marriage. So that's all from my side. Once again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead, subscribe to this channel, click that bell icon, click on that like button. And if there is somebody who you think will benefit from watching this video, somebody in your life who you know is separated, going through a divorce, just share it with them. So take care, bye bye, and until we connect again, let's keep our love story alive.